Kehillah. I'd like to extend the all the very chashuv mishpachah for this wonderful simcha. This Benji's told us a little bit about the connection of this week's chashuv with bris milah. But the truth is that there's a very, very profound message that the Baal Simcha can take from this parasha. And that is, I think that there's only one mitzvah in the Torah where we find that the mitzvah for the father to do with his child affects him directly. That means we know that there's mitzvah of chinuch, we have to teach our children to do all the mitzvahs in the Torah. But what they do and what they don't do, in essence, is something for them which perhaps we bear responsibility in a broader sense. But there's no mitzvah in the Torah specifically which ties any din to the parent, which happens to the child, except for one, and that's the bris milah. And that's something that we read about in this week's parasha, which tells us that for the purposes of bringing a korban pesach, which is perhaps the cornerstone of the mitzvah of emunah of Klal Yisrael, it's necessary that all the children of the family should have had a bris milah. And that's the only place, as I say, we find a connection that something that's happened to the child affects the halacha of the parent. So we see that it makes a very big difference to the parents in that they were zeicher to be able to make a bris milah, because in effect it's a hashlama for them themselves, because it gives them the completion of having done something which directly involves and affects them. That's the chashivas, just what we see from the parasha of what bris milah means to the parents. I'd just like to share a bracha with the parents of the child of today, Gabriel Baumann. We say, Kishem shenichnas lebris, kein yikonis l'Torah l'chupin u'masim tovim. That's the bracha which is based on a lashon of the Gemara. In the same way, he was zeicher to bring the bris, he should be zeicher, kein yikonis l'Torah l'chupin u'masim tovim. I must tell you that for many years, the last 10 years, and even with some of the people who are sitting around the table, I used to say aside in this Kishem shenichnas lebris, in the meaning of a bracha. Perhaps I'll share it with you. Recently, however, the nusach of this bracha to me has meant something totally different. And I'll tell you what it is. You know, bringing up children in this generation is very, very challenging. I think the younger ones of us over here appreciate that perhaps more even than the older ones. It's a great bringing up children to be able to be mechanech them, that they should listen and adhere to that which the parents teach them. Is something for which we need a great bracha and a great siyata d'shmaya. But the following, it's perhaps a melita in the bracha, but it's something very meaningful. And that is, Kishem shenichnas lebris. As you've brought your child to the bris milah. And the bris milah is the one occasion when the child does everything exactly as you've set up for him. You decide who's going to be the son, where it's going to happen, exactly the name that you're going to give him. Everything is something which he exceeds 100% of what his parents set up. So, in the same way as you've managed to bring him to the bris, and he's done exactly in the way that you wanted, he's fitted in 100%. You should so to be zeicher, kein yikonis l'Torah l'chupin u'masim tovim. He should continue to listen to you, and he should take the chinuch from you as he grows up. The Torah be'ezah Hashem. And when it comes to the time of the shidduch, and from that day onwards. I don't want to be marich any longer. That's a very, very meaningful bracha. All I would like to say is that this child has been zeicher to come into a very, very special family. He has parents who have tremendous chashivas for avodas Hashem in all its meaning, for doing mitzvahs, for learning Torah, for doing chesed. And that's something that they in turn have seen from their parents and grandparents, as everybody knows this wonderful family, whether it's from the side from Eli's family from America, whether it's the side of his wife's family for those close by. They all have a tremendous chashivas for doing avodah, for doing mitzvahs, for doing b'mekayim Hashem rotzen. And it is our bracha that Rabbi Eli with his wife together should happily and easily bring him up. The Torah l'chupin u'masim tovim. All your friends should come together and see Be'ez Hashem join in the naschos of your family for many happy years.
Amen. Amen.